give his opening and welcome remarks.
Morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure to welcome His Excellency Jamal Bakr Abdullah, who also happened to be my university fellow, so found something common. In UK, we come from same university. His Excellency would be sharing light on a flagship initiative of Ethiopia, Green Legacy Initiative. Green Legacy Initiative, as we'll also be playing a short video clip here, and you will find that it is an initiative that actually changed not only the flora and fauna, the landscape of Ethiopia, but also it had a great positive societal impacts in terms of job creation, in terms of livelihood protection, and in terms of enhancing food security. The Ethiopian government, of course, is now trying to share its success story with the other developing countries too, the countries who are facing the impact of climate change. And the last week's these sporadic rains in UAE and what is happening in Balochistan. And I think that the initiatives like the Green Legacy, these are our nature-based solutions. So while we can try the technological solution, we can try different other expensive techniques, we somehow have to go back to Mother Nature, and we need to look at some of those nature-based solutions that Excellency would be sharing with us. Before I go further, Ms. Romina Khurshid, who has to join us, she is on phone call, and I'll just put her on mic so that she can also express her views and welcome. And she is occupied in another high-level meeting. Romina, if I can put you on mic so that you can welcome Excellency Jamal Abdullah and the audience on Green Legacy Initiative telephonically, please. Yes, please.
Well, very good afternoon, Excellency. I am really extremely sorry that I couldn't attend, but I know and I am so sure that I will very much Ethiopia. I'm the ambassador of yours in Pakistan, right? but unfortunately, I have a few issues which I have to handle. So it was a very important meeting. So I just came out from the PM side, one of the side of the meeting. So, and I just wanted to say thanks. And we are looking forward for this initiative, which the country of the Ethiopia, Honorable Prime Minister of Ethiopia, and you yourself, who has you always been very kind and always been ready to promote Pakistan, and the way within no time you have promoted the different sort of not only the initiatives, you become the bridge among Pakistan to Ethiopia, and not only Pakistan to Ethiopia, I believe, towards Africa region. I think that is remarkable. That in a very small passage of time, everybody, most of the people, they knew about not only Ethiopia, of course, they know that Mr. Jamal Bakr is the one who is a great man behind this trend. So I would really like to not only thank, and I just believe that together we can do lots of work, and especially when it comes to the Green Legacy, I'm really looking forward to walking along with our youth and along with our whole team of Ministry of Planetary and of course with SDPI. And here I would really like to thank and pay tribute to SDPI, which has always been very not only innovative, they're all members who work with this for the better causes, either when it comes to economy, either it comes to climate change, either it comes to the green initiatives or green economy. So I'm very much looking forward to being working along with and to highly promote this initiative of yours, and it's a great cause towards Pakistan. And in the end, I just wanted to extend another invitation on behalf of the SDPI, along by taking this liberty, that we are planning to come up the Green Parliament, International Green Parliamentarian Caucus, in which I am looking forward a great support from the Ethiopia. That's not only Ethiopia. In fact, I know you can be a great bridge among all the African countries, where we can not only work together, we can promote this cause, and we can save this Mother Nature, and we can do more great work and learn from our successes, each other's successes and best practices. Because I believe it's now or it's never. Because if we're not going to stand for each other now nobody going to stand for us as well. So this is our Mother Nature. We all have to be strengthened together. And as we all know that on the Monday, 22nd of April, the Earth Day is coming. So by taking the advantage of this moment, I would really like to share with all of you who are sitting here that let's make a pledge that we all have to save our planet from plastic. We all need to be together. We all need to work along and to become a great support of each other and to save this nature, because this nature needs to be saved, because we call it our mother. So I believe that no one else can go against the Mother Nature. With this note, I would really like to say thanks to Dr. Abdul Sulevi and to Honorable Excellency. My wholehearted congrats, thanks, and great gratitude towards you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
So welcome.
Would you like to say, please? Excellency, very good afternoon. Good to hear your voice. And as you said, you are a friend of Ethiopia, friend of Africa, champion of sustainable development, now advocate of climate diplomacy. And you are in the right position and with the right people. I'd like to congratulate you for your insights and on this matter. I was so humbled and honored, but missing is very difficult. But we're looking forward to see you in physically maybe next week as we travel along to Sialkot for starting our Green Legacy initiative from Sialkot, and it is on maybe on Wednesday that we're gonna do. I think this opening of today's Green Legacy initiative, for us it is a whole hearted support that we get from you. Since I met you, and as you said, you are an ambassador of Ethiopia in Pakistan, and we're looking forward to this, ambassadorial portfolio when you come to this position, so that we'll strengthen further already started, initiative that we, with the lovely people of Pakistan and the government. So during your tenure in this climate portfolio, I believe you will be a champion as you did in sustainable development. Mother planet needs now a hand of us, and all of us, we need to put our hand together and put our energies and ideas together for, just for the wrongdoing. This country has suffered also, my country has suffered also, world has suffered also. So it is our call of duty of time for all of us to work together and save ourselves, so that the climate change becomes a fiasco now. It is a matter of fact. It's not like illusions and something narrations, but it's a matter of reality, which we have to face, and we need to put our minds and energy. And I believe one way is the Green Legacy initiative of Ethiopia, that was a brainchild of our Prime Minister, which was injected in 2019 when he came to power in 2018. And the philosophy, as Dr. Sulevi is saying, one of the philosophies he is following is synergy, using homegrown solutions for problems that we face globally, regionally, and also national level. So one initiative he brought up is Green Legacy initiative, where he also developing relationship with our nature. So relationship, what destabilizes and affects the whole world, and when we see is the human action. So we need to revert that from negative human action into positive trajectory through afforestation, and also climate change resilient actions, which through plantation of trees, and all those activities like, Your Excellency has said, avoidance of this plastic, things, wastage, bold moves in Ethiopia, where he said, he has introduced into intended national determined contributions from Ethiopia through developing adaptation mechanisms to that reduce zero net emission of Ethiopia by 2050, which is a bold move. And we have already stopped all imports of fossil cars into Ethiopia. We stopped now, we're importing only renewable energy cars into Ethiopia. So we are encouraging those kind of initiatives, and those has been completely changing also the perceptions. Ethiopia is now contributing well through absorption of greenhouse emission into carbon process. So I hope this green legacy initiative that under your flagship Excellency, we try to start the campaigns throughout the big cities throughout the country. It will leave us a big legacy for Pakistan and for my country. We are ready to share all knowledge, expertise, skills that we have in, we have developed so far in the last, 5 years. So this is a wealth. So far, we are exporting already, green legacy products to, Europe and Asia also. So we have completely changed the landscape. Now, previously, like, areas which was not covered by plantation have completely covered, continuous flow of water, regulated, all those things. So I'm very humbled today in, this beautiful office with this beautiful people, and looking forward to work closely to achieve our mutual respect and save our planet and contribute human roles in countering this climate change. Excellency, I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in the earliest possible time, and looking your guidance and support in this matter.
I'm really thrilled by your thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I know you are busy in a meeting, so please carry on. Thank you for joining us. Yes,
Okay, now I would like to give you a brief profile of Ambassador Jamal Becker, who is not only here that he has been appointed in a senior position, he has the full power to work with government of Pakistan with full mandate from the government. It's not just the embassy, it is the government, federal government. That's why in the beginning I have thanked the government of Ethiopia for appointing such a brilliant officer, senior officer here. And he will, when he will talk about the initiative, then you certainly know why this is important in the country. It was just introduction. He's saying he has done his master's in transformational leadership and change. That's why you can see how you interact and speak. That's living example of excellency, academic qualification, and more of it. Now he's the candidate for PhD doctoral degree program in international development, and we hope that it will soon be there. So we will congratulate him. Excellency, when he was appointed here as the special envoy and extraordinary ambassador for Pakistan, he has served in the Kingdom of Bahrain, and he has served as State Minister of Innovation and Technology of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. He has served in the embassy in Canberra and on various portfolios in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So he has a rich experience, knowledge, and the mandate. Before I hand over to and request Excellency Jamal Becker Abdullah, I would request to play a short movie, and then we will.
In this moment, Ethiopia is home to wonders of all kinds: lush forests, fertile soil, and abundant flowing water. Yet these precious natural resources have also been subject to degradation due to unsustainable management over millennia and the intensification of climate change. For Ethiopia, climate change mitigation and adaptation over the past 4 years have been anchored in concrete action, exchanging mere talk for actionable walk. A nation has stood firm and chosen to act rather than react. While our global environmental vulnerabilities grow deeper, as Ethiopians, we chose to launch the Green Legacy Initiative in 2019 and leave a positive print for generations to come. A vision. An eco-society. 20 billion seedlings. With a mission so aspirational, a nation came together for successive years of success. One would be curious how we achieved these amazing results. Well, in 2019, when the Green Legacy Initiative started, there were less than 40,000 nurseries nationwide, and most did not have sufficient production capacity compared to what they managed to produce in 2022. In subsequent years, massive engagement has been made at the local levels, enabling the growth of 121,000 nurseries that are able to raise seedlings of different species. Our laser-eyed focus on access integration has enabled different seedling species to be integrated in our seeding preparation efforts. Such remarkable stats for the year 2022. With jobs created. As a direct outcome of the Green Legacy Initiative, 1.3 billion in ETB income was created, mostly for youth and women, where a significant amount started their own businesses. We are painting the nation green, while making strides in public health nutrition as well. Yet, we can do better, looking beyond obstacles, in nurturing these seedlings, in ensuring their survival. Such a high standard. The road thus far has been full of lessons. The Green Legacy Initiative has motivated the focus on integrating fruit trees, which will massively contribute to food and nutrition security and increase access to income. If expanded, this effort will also contribute to export promotion and import substitution of fruits and related products. More importantly, the Green Legacy Initiative has mobilized close to 20 green for the next generation.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Excellency Dr. Azad, the Director for STI. Excellencies who are present here today, member of management of STI, the other media group who have joined us today. Indeed, it is my great pleasure and honor to be here with you in announcing fraternity between Ethiopia and Pakistan and the Green Legacy Initiative. We have started Green Legacy Initiative last year at our embassy. I hope one day you will come visit that one. And it was in the presence of officials, ministers. At that time, Saad Rafiq is a good friend of us, and Bukhti also there. So Mrs. Rumena was also part of this Green Legacy ancestry, those things. This Green Legacy Initiative is a brainchild of our Prime Minister. It has got 3-4 components in itself. One is the way we look at nature. Nature relationships of human and nature. One thing that consider, which he drew from his philosophical thinking of Meddemer. Our Prime Minister is also a prolific writer. He wrote 3 books. One of the books, the first book he wrote is Meddemer. That Meddemer means energy, alignment, coming together for a collective common purpose. So he drew for that, and also all respect to humanity and what nature gives us. It is human action that always affects what is around. So this one, with this philosophical thinking, he injected a reform in a different political, also economy, social environment. Part of this environmental friendly building a very resilient, strong economy is a Green Legacy Initiative, where he launched it and in a way that also he mobilized it. So every action requires a leadership, in which the university, as you said, Doctor, and transformational leadership and change. I have seen the role of leadership, especially in developing countries. Their role was imminent, very symbolic, and also very imperative for a nation to strive and move forward. So leadership is very vital in taking this responsibility to save Mother Planet and this nation. So leadership role is very decisive. As yesterday, we are in joint session addressed by the President of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, His Excellency Ethio-Pakistan Fraternity. So he said climate change is a challenge to this nation, a challenge to the globe, a challenge to the regions. So it needs also, he said, I quote, a collective actions from everyone. So this sentiment, it is one of the policy direction of this country, which completely aligns with our country policy directions. So how we can bring this framing together for addressing the unfolding truths, realities in this country, and also developing a momentum of cooperation at regional level and global, so that we synergize our action, our collective actors who to save and also play our role. What it is good to share with you what initiates me to bring this initiation to Pakistan. What causes me? Why this has to be done in this time in history? Let me begin with, I was assigned as an ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of Ethiopia and a special envoy to this country on 2022. I came to this beautiful country on July 17. I presented my credential to the former president on August 29. That year, as you all recall, 2 things are happening in Pakistan for me. One is coming to a new country, which I love, look to what will happen in my mind. And during that time also, one very sad story is happening unfolding in this beautiful land. That is the flood. 1/3 of this country was immersed in water. And that's like a movie. The houses are moving like Hollywood movie, where we see it, but it is reality. Infrastructure has been destroyed. All the services of women, education, health facilities destroyed. So that's touched me so much, and I could not hold myself. And I decided to share this pain with Pakistan. I went all the way to Sindh. I traveled 6 hours to go to visit a place called Tent City in Sindh, which is 3-hour drive, 3-hour comeback. I was watching on my way as I was, start traveling from Karachi all the way to Tent City. I can see, the outcome and the happening of the destructions has, the flood has caused to this land. And I was imagining what affected all their things has been totally affected by this unfolding climate catastrophe in this country. As I reached Tent City, a lot of people come on my way and giving me a good hug. And most of them are good. I can read, I'm wise enough to read in their eyes the agony, the pain they are in. That indeed touches me. Indeed touches me. That is a living witness. I have witnessed in my life. That action brought me, instigated me, and we need to solidify our actions to stand and fight together and ensure also climate justice at regional and international level. They came in, and then I distributed the small gift I took to them, and really they were so passionate. And also I see some strong vibrancy of Pakistan, unbreakable soul. They never give down, and they are striving. They're moving. Today, I've noticed those people, they are surviving. But climate justice is very important. So that background led me to initiate this program in this country, initiate this Green Legacy Initiative, so that we can play together, at least contribute and save the unfolding and counter also the unfolding climate catastrophe to this nation. So what we're gonna do then? How we can proceed in this? One thing is very important, policy guidance and decisions at high level is very important. I'm very blessed, I'm very happy to see today the leadership taken by Her Excellency Mrs. Romana Kushidalo. As I said, she's the champion in sustainable development I was seeing. Now she's advocate, and I hope with her guidance, with her support, with the support of also SDI director and team, this project, today I can say confidently we can move and also able to start in this country with the true spirit of fraternity between Pakistan and Ethiopia. And how the Ethiopia has done this one. One of us, you have seen on the video, one of the issues is campaign. We need to start campaign, media mobilizations. Mobilization from all sectors. So first I said leadership, commitment to this cause. And this one also, second, it has to be accompanied by media mobilizations. Through think tank, civil societies, academicians, writing on this one, starting and knocking everyone's door, and nobody is safe in that sense. So we need to knock everyone's door and also sensitize and create awareness at the community at large. So this is one thing ahead of us. Second is developing nurseries that is around. Actually, nurseries, as you have seen for us, in the last 5 years, we have developed now closely 150,000 nurseries throughout the country. You can see the level of job creations, the various, species of plants, trees that we have, try to include. So it is a complex comprehensive. So based on the ecology of the nature of the country. So one country because this one, the other, this one. So based on the ecology of that country, that region, province, so we can, tailor all the, activities and, all those nurseries to develop all those species that can be also very vibrant. And while we are doing this one, as you have seen in Ethiopia, we have also ensured also our food security, nutrition as well. Food security is very important at national level, adult level. So we're challenged by different things. So these activities we also initiated a very good bounty of basket in the the city. So all cities are producing every land good plantations that can be used for fruits, for vegetables, many things. So it's completely that has been ensured Ethiopia its food security. And for this, our Prime Minister has received Agricola from United Nations Food and Agricultural Organizations for food security, nutrition, and also with self-sufficiency in this changing global arena. So this is very important that we can take these steps together. The other actions we did is also job creations. It has created a lot of jobs, close to 1 million now. So a lot of people, as a result of this, they have got job, and they are also contributing to the economy of the country. We are exporting currently avocados, papayas, bananas, many others as a plant of this green lettuce, exporting to Europe, Asia, many other countries. So Pakistan in this sense is very close to a strategic location to Middle East, which is also based on this, so it can improve and do and as large as a community level, which can create a lot of jobs. That we need to work together is creating institutional collaborations. It is very important at the end of the day, institutional collaboration between SDI, which is similar institution back in Ethiopia. It also climate change ministry of Ethiopia and climate change ministry of Pakistan to work together, align policies, and to fight climate injustice at a global level, at regional level. So COP27 last year, when it is before last year, it is held in Sharm el-Sheikh. After that, in last year in Dubai. And all our countries, 2 countries, we join together, we fight, for the establishment of loss and damage fund establishment. And we're successful this last year, loss and fund has been established, loss and damage fund has been established. So now what is very important is trying to do, so mitigations, adaptations, of the activities that we're doing, energy diversifications. Ethiopia is getting clean energy. Actually, 98% of our energy comes from clean energy. So with hydro, thermal, all those things, we have a good experience in hydro. We're building the biggest dam in Africa, #1 and 7th in the globe. So you can see the Ethiopia's energy generation, which is very clean. And we are doing also expanding along all these things and managing all the climate resilient economy, green growth economy, which is driving the sustainable development of our country. So we're ready to share all those expertise that we have with Pakistan and taking the country forward. As I said, also we're taking a policy initiative, INDC, which is intended national, all your support, Excellency, in this sense, so that we will campaign together and we will try to save our mother, as Her Excellency said. Let us stand together for the fight against climate change, actions and develop sensitizations and create awareness with our, stakeholders, and especially, involving users and women in this sense, so that they can lead and take responsibility for achieving this action. So finally, I would like to thank you all, especially the director for warm receptions and the management team who have expressed a very good warm hospitality of Pakistan, as I used to see throughout my life and since here, and I was enjoying very cordial from officials and also bureaucrats and civil servants, and as well as academicians and media as well. So I'm very honored and today here with you to announce our fraternity for Pakistan and Ethiopia under Green Legacies to be started in this country, and I really want to thank on behalf of myself and that of my government for the support you extended to me and my fellow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Excellency, for bringing the idea of fraternity and that too on an area which is climate change and saving environment. So a lot of messages in your message already there. I would open the floor so that people can ask you. Starting from. Well,
So that's very heartening, the work that Ethiopia is doing. There, let me briefly introduce myself. I am Mahmoud. I'm working as a research associate in the economic growth unit here at STPI. So in the video and then in your talk as well, you talked about women and how they're empowered, especially in the agricultural sector. And it has come to a point where they started opening businesses as well. So I have recently conducted research on women in trade in the South Asian region as well. So my question would be about regional integration. So how does Ethiopia sort of plan to ensure that women become part of the formal sector, their businesses become registered, they're formalized, and how are they able to sort of make the trade space inclusive so that these women can also benefit from the African Union and the trade agreements, for example? Because in Pakistan, we see, for example, we don't have a direct flight to Bangladesh, for example. So regional integration is a challenge on its own, but then for women, it becomes even more challenging. So maybe one developing economy to another can share their best practices regarding this and tips on what needs to be done.
Thank you. Let me get a couple of more questions because this is a different question other than your initiative. So let me have a direct question from them. Then you.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm Zainab Naeem and I had the program on ecological sustainability and circular economy at STPI. It's a pleasure to have you, Your Excellency. So my questions are regarding this initiative in Ethiopia. And as you've mentioned, you have planted so many trees. So my question is, how was the overall system of planting these trees? Like, were local species planted? How did you decide about going about this huge plantation campaign? Because in Pakistan, mostly sometimes plantation is not planned accordingly. And secondly, in context of forest governance management, so we do have national parks here, we do have forests here, but the forest governance is not institutionalized the way it should be. So what lessons can be learned from Ethiopia? And third, in context of regional integration. So African region is quite integrated when we talk about climate diplomacy, but South Asia region is the least integrated. So how can Pakistan and Ethiopia, and how can your respected officers in STPI can play an instrumental role in establishing some multi-crisis diplomacy forums so we can develop some joint initiatives for the next COP29? So these are a couple of questions from my end.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation. I'm Malik Jafar. I'm also a former environmental journalist and I work at STPI as a media coordinator. His Excellency, as you mentioned, that you have a lot of jobs created under this initiative of Green Legacy. Pakistan also initiated the 10 million tsunami, but actually it failed to a level because there were no registered or proper forestry companies in Pakistan. You know, a forestry company gives you a proper economic model to capitalize on plantation initiatives that not only generate jobs, but they give you food security. And all other models, and even a market scenario that can guide the farmers to further adapt to the changing situations. So how you manage this crisis in Ethiopia, because 1,20,000 nurses is a huge number. In Pakistan, in KP province, the destitute and widow women were able to raise nurseries. They were earning a very good and decent income. But at the end, it all failed because there was no proper forestry company that would give them incentive, get them registered for better. How did you manage that in Ethiopia?
Thank you. And Excellency, if I can add, I know, but if I can also tell the audience here the success rate of those seedlings. Because very often such forestation drive, they start at planting seedlings and most of the time they end at those seedlings.
Thank you so much. I think yeah, the questions are very pertinent and very interactive, I can say. So, being here in SPI, I can see a lot of knowledge understood in this aspect, and I hope this will help us as a springboard to take us forward to the real actions. I'll begin with the end of questions you have raised. I think it's very pertinent questions, and so the issue of huge plantation, how can you manage all these plantation? Actually, we have reached 2.5 billion by this time, and you can see the magnitude. So one important thing is, how do you have seedling? That is very important. So throughout, what we did is we give, this is where very important leadership can play. Without leadership determination, this will not happen. Because you will start today and tomorrow you stop, nobody's follow up, so that everybody also then put that. In our Green Legacy Initiative, it has got council at national level, which was headed by our Prime Minister. So every regional province, CM, we call it here, we call it president in my country, is a member of this. And they, every time they take plan. So this year, how much you're gonna plant, how much you plant, how much you plant, how much you plant. So you design in a way that based on that provincial, capacities. Then what kind of, resources available for them, which you can mobilize the resources. So without resources, it's not possible. Then how do you mobilize those resources at local level? So leadership commitment, then creating also jobs for others. So that is one way. So you develop a complete from top down approach and bottom up approach. So we use this, techniques of moving things to touch the ground. So commitment at high level, at leadership level, and also campaigns through media. So that's also availing all necessary means for that. This is like, every, province, we will be evaluated at the end of the day, how much you planted, how much you planted. So that is at the end of the day, the appraisal mechanism, the follow-up mechanism is there. It was established in a very strong manner. So that will completely, everybody is competing and supporting one another. So positive synergy among the, different stakeholders so that everyone participates. Plus again, what they do, they create jobs when they plan today, so they will establish, let's say, this institution will take some mountain, the other will take some mountain, and the other like that. So based on the proximities. So they will also assign. I remember when at that time I was a state minister for innovation and technology, we travel long distance to have our mountain all named by our innovation and technology mountain, so that you will protect, you provide water protection so that animals will not also destroy them throughout the day. You will go also, I go regularly visit that. How is that happening? So it is a continuous follow-up mechanism that is in place. So you cannot stop. You start somewhere, if you stop, it will like, a candle, it will throw, finish within a shot. So consistency and determination to take this one is very important, so that the governance structure is well established in every province, so that everyone is also following, doing his duty. In that sense, it creates a well structured. So we'll have maybe expertise teams who can go from here to share experiences from Ethiopia all the way how they did from top to down. We can organize for you so that to take experiences well documented and how they have created all those synergies among themselves. This is very important. So this is one basic pillar that we can take. So as the doctor has said, the success rate for Ethiopia is up to 84% somewhere. Like from 70 up to 85%, anything goes in, it will go out. Come. So it is not you put and go away. So you will like your baby. So everybody look after his baby, isn't it? Like your baby, I have my own, everybody have, so that you'll take care of and look after, provide water, protect from sun, everything. So we do that way. So in that sense of ownership is it. So it is instigating ownership approach so that everybody has a place and role to play in that system. So the integration system, for your information, Ethiopia has already started fraternity planting in neighboring country and Africa. So we have already providing all the plantation for the our neighboring country. We provide close to 1 million to Djibouti's and the others, also Somalia and Kenya, Uganda, throughout Rwanda. We planted fraternity throughout Africa. So it is the first place outside Africa, it is in this country. That shows the fraternity of the two nations. And we are doing this one better than anywhere else. And I hope with your good support from your office, I think it will become a role model, so that also revitalize and look into why those projects of 10 billion came. And now from success story of Ethiopia, we can inject some new initiative so that we will take this matter to it is intended also the objective. With job creation, definitely it has created a lot of job for users, women, and the women are playing very great role. 30% of the people who are involved in this process is women, and at the local level, and they are very active. Women, once they take it, they take it. They are not like men. They're just so that. So I also started my work with women at the beginning. I always sometimes be asked to them. So and women are very determined. Once they took responsibilities very well. And and in that sense, they have created a very good empowerment of women, and the role they have played in this all activities was so immense. And also the same way the sister asked the question of business and trade, and actually at all levels there are challenges, but our countries and especially Ethiopia is doing a lot. Our Prime Minister, half of our cabinet is women in Ethiopia. Previously, as he came in, half of his cabinet is ministers are women, and women empowerment was very in place. Because a big initiative taken by our Prime Minister, and he believes and he's saying very well, they have to be given, not given, but this is their right to give them. They empower them. So they have been involved throughout the business as well, opportunities in TikTok, innovations, every human tailored development policies that empower women as well. It is empowering. Like as I said, if you teach a man, you teach a family. If you teach a woman, you teach a nation. So it is like nation building based on women's role. So we totally agree in that sense, and we're doing our level best to make this happen. So I think I encourage you to develop a kind of platform. Go visit Ethiopia, look these green initiatives, like also for you, it is a new paradigm that we can bring some synergies to this country based on the ecology. Sometimes very important, some place dry, sometimes cold. So how those plantations that can survival rate is good. So it is the nurseries that determine maybe the forestries management, plus again, nurseries which plant is suitable to different ecologies. So that ecological suitability is very important for anything. So we need to make sure that those plantation then along these suitabilities based on researches and on those whole things. So I think with those mechanisms, Pakistan can learn and take this success story of Ethiopia, adopt it to its context so that it will change also, give a livelihood to women under us. This new government, especially, I was very appreciating that taking a bold move to ensure green economy. So developing green and sustainable development economy. So that is very imperative for this nation, and I and myself and my team are very ready to assist you in any outreach, any inquiries that you have, engaging further, developing, formulating, and outreaching to Ethiopia's necessary institutions, stakeholders. I'm here for you, and anytime my office is reachable. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. I would request Dr. Ahmed Secretary to present a selected latest presentation to all the members.
Very thanks. So we so have to do a lot to understand this. He giving assignment. Thank you so much. Oh, very good.
Most latest.
Oh, very good.
On the launch
Wow.
yesterday,
Wow.
versus decarbonization cement
Yes.
sector.
Wow, very good.
Is the lead author.
Oh, congratulations, sister. For this program that we will take.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, it's excellent.
Yes. Absolutely. As you know, Ethiopia is a land of king and Najashi and Bilal Habshi, you know that. Yeah. Yeah. So they give for doctor, you know, the King and Najashi mosque, which was one of the early built in 7th century. As you know, this is a gift from my father and my mother. As you know, also Ethiopia is a land of origin for coffee, and the best coffee is on the world is available. Don't you think this Thank you so much.
Ethiopia is also land of Lucy.
Oh, yes, he told me he visited Lucy's ancestral land.
Humanity began from Ethiopia.
So when you go to Ethiopia, so you become 7 years younger. So we have our own calendar of counting. Everybody, you go back to Ethiopia, I say, I am now 7 years younger. So, and looking forward to what you are doing.